everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Pokemon Moveset Guide Analyses series. Today we are looking at, again, Accelgor. This time, Smogon, Sun and Moon, RU Meta. Now, I did cover Accelgor in the NU tier. If you want to check that out, link in the description. But without further ado, let's get started. And why should you use Accelgor in RU? Again, basically everything that I mentioned in the NU video. It's got good special attack and amazing speed. While its defenses are lackluster, it really doesn't matter, especially if you want to use it as more of a spike setter. Again, decent type coverage. You've got a good support move pool with stuff like Encore, once again, spikes. U-turn, I guess I would consider a support move for two reasons. One is because, you know, it's a support move and that you can pivot in and out, but it is also a decent offensive move. And once again, Sticky Hold is really, really good if you're doing, or if you're using a more offensive variant. So again, looking at Focus Sash spikes here, obviously Sticky Hold and Focus Sash with 216 HP, 40 special attack, and 252 speed. Now you may be thinking to yourself, why this particular spread? Basically, 215 speed lets you, 216 HP, sorry, with Final Gambit allows you to OHKO a max HP Golisopod. It's really interesting. I really enjoy it for the idea that it also weakens Chestnut greatly. It's really there for that specifically. Because if Golisopod's going for spikes, say they go for first impression, yeah, you know, Golisopod's now going to be able to live that hit. They're also taking a bunch of damage, and say you don't necessarily need spikes or don't have a good way of getting them up in your current matchup, well, Final Gambit at that point is doing a significant chunk, whether it be to Chestnut, that leaves it at, if I remember the calc correctly, 16%? If I remember, of course. Bug Buzz, obviously, as standard, best bug type stab move. Hidden Power Flying checks Chestnut. So let's say you want to go for Final Gambit later on in the game, just as like a sacrificial lamb. Boom, it works. It's doing that little bit of chip damage to where something like, I don't know, say like a sweeping Blastoise or whatever can kill with like a Hydro Pump. There you have it. And then obviously spikes. Other options, U-turn, as always, pivot into bulk your Mons. Encore to lock a Pokemon into a status move, or just a not very effective move, really, allowing you to then U-turn out into, again, bulk your Mon, or a setup Mon. And then Energy Ball beats Rhyperior and Quagsire. So basically, the damage that you're dealing, this is a max special attack Bug Buzz, keep that in mind, with 2-hit KO Mega Abomasnow. I believe it should still 2-hit KO Mega Abomasnow with the 40. 40 base special attack, Hidden Power Flying from Taurus Chestnut with max HP, 8 Spadef, is always a 2-hit KO. So again, it's just another tech to beat those types of potential leads. Final Gambit versus max HP Golisopod always gets rid of it. I have enough just to where it would have 356 at level 100. 40 special attack Bug Buzz to max HP, max Spadef Umbreon is a 4-hit KO. This is rather disheartening, but again, not much you can do about it, sadly. You could Final Gambit, but again, I would rather save it for something like, say, Golisopod, or the likes of Chestnut. Final Gambit versus Registeel and versus Porygon is leaving them with around 6% or so. So again, really nice if, again, you see Registeel, you can't really do too much to Registeel. Boom. just basically eliminate it. Same goes for Porygon too. But we're going to move on to a set that I really like, and that is Choice Specs. Bug Buzz, Focus Blast, Energy Ball, Hidden Power, Ice. Bug Buzz 2 KOs again, most everything that doesn't resist it. HP Ice is great to check ground types. So we're talking stuff like Donphan. It's great to beat Dragon Dance, Flygon. And you'll obviously know right away whether or not Flygon is scarfed or not, based on whether or not, let's say, you don't lead with Accelgor. Let's say you lead with, say, your own scarfed. Let's say you lead with Scarf Rotom Heat, and they outspeed you. Well, congratulations, they have a scarfed Flygon. So again, it's just something to be careful of in that situation. It's just a really nice way to eliminate that possible huge threat almost immediately. Again, while Bug Buzz does to a KO, you're never going to live 2 hits from a Flygon anyways, so just as an insurance policy. Energy Ball does check those ground types that would take neutral damage from Hidden Power Ice. So that's stuff like Quagsire, just as an example. Energy Ball will also just destroy the likes of Rhyperior. So it's just another option that if you need to lock yourself into one move for like you to win, there you have it. And again, Focus Blast is there for the standard fare. Steel types, dark types alike, but Bug Buzz is basically going to be doing the most of your damage. Sludge Bomb is another nice move. It hits those fairy types like Comfy and Florges. Spikes, again, if you really feel like that's necessary, as well as U-Turn, great for pivoting on against a slower non-scarred Pokemon. So basically the damage that you're dealing, max special attack, and again, this is timid specs. Keep that in mind. I actually prefer timid specs for a bunch of different reasons. One is that, again, you're outpacing base 80 speed Choice Scarfers. That is a huge thing to keep in mind. The second thing to keep in mind is that even with modest, yes, say, like, as an example, as you can see here, you'd be able to guarantee to a KO on max HP, max bit of Cresselia with Bug Buzz. The thing is, though, I kind of feel like that's not always going to be necessary. Especially if you think about in a lot of situations like, oh yeah, I can do more damage to Chestnut, but I also then lose my speed, and it's just not what I would personally do. I think that you're better off to go for the guaranteed outspeeds on those 80 base speed Choice Scarfers, like something like Gardevoir, so you can like hit it with a Bug Buzz or whatever. I don't know what happened there, but there is a mistake in the third bullet point that shouldn't be there. Though specs, timid specs, Bug Buzz will to a KO max HP, max speed F. Umbreon guaranteed to a KO. If you continue reading, I'll fix it if and when I do upload these to like a special Google Drive or Google Doc. Max special attack Choice Specs Accelgor will always guaranteed to hit KO. Gardevoir, Linoon. I don't understand. How Sticky Hold works. If it's gonna treat it like, you know, you have a Z move on it, or not, so keep that in mind. It may do a little less. Gardevoir Psyshock, max special attack, will basically never kill. Accelgor, max attack adamant, Lenoon E-speed, guaranteed to never KO. Thought I'd put that in there. I think this should be Zydoge. Either way, Zygarde 1000 Arrows will never kill if it does stay in the tier. Currently, Zygarde 10% is being suspect tested, and Meloetta Psychic, max special attack will never kill Accelgor. But the partners here, Goodra, for sure, great special attack sponge with the Saltfast. Just be aware of how much damage Goodra is taking, so that way it can take the brunt of the damage there. Drapion, great stab knockoff, checks to Doublade, and it just knocks off other Pokemon, dealing a significant amount of damage. Rotom Heat, great for Volt Switching, taking on Spadef. Great, taking on Spadef and or mixed defensive Milotic, which is a threat. Porygon 2 can toxic defensive threats and weaken other Pokemon. Mega Bayonet can Will-O-Wisp physical attackers like Durant, Beware, again, Drapion's another big one, Decidueye's a big one, Chestnut as well, though you may want a toxic Chestnut. Decidueye can defog and pivot with a slower U-turn. Chestnut checks Belly Drum Linoon, sets up spikes. Registeel sets up Stealth Rock and eats both physical and special attacks, so beware, so take that into consideration. And Blastoise can Rapid Spin and toxic defensive threats. If you can't tell, I kind of feel like you need toxic for Accelgor to actually work in the RU tier, sorry. Why? Because you have such bulky threats like Porygon 2, Chestnut, Blastoise. I kind of feel like it needs to be run to actually put in a lot of solid work. Checks and counters, fast choice Scarfers, Rotom Heat, Flygon, Heliolisk can easily take advantage of Accelgor's lower defenses. While Rotom Heat and Heliolisk might not be able to KO with a Stat Thunderbolt, same goes for Flygon with, say, like Dragon Claw or Earthquake. After rocks, it's still doing a lot, so do be aware of that and basically scout for it. Fairy types, I don't know why I didn't put a point in there. I apologize. Basically, fairy types can eat the Bug Buzz, Focus Blast, the Energy Ball, and the Hidden Power Ice, or whatever. They check it, right? So stuff like Florges basically says, yummy, delicious Accelgor souls. Same goes for Comfy. So basically, whittling those Pokemon down, toxic and never, whatever, will really help. Again, priority. Linoon, Doublade, Decidueye, Mega Glalie, they can pick off a weakened Accelgor, or even just OHKO them with a boost. Xatu can still be used in RU, I feel, so basically anything with Magic Bounds, like Xatu or Espeon. Blastoise, Decidueye, Gligar, remove the spikes, Accelgor sets up, making it useless. As well as steel types like Bronzong, Registeel, Doublade that can check everything that Accelgor is throwing at it. Again, barring Final Gambit to like Registeel or Bronzong, Doublade can take the Final Gambit, but that's not my point. Basically, they're going to be able to eat up anything. Like the Focus Blast towards Registeel, maybe not, but again, very, very dependent on the matchup or the Registeel set. But in conclusion, what do I really think? I do think that Accelgor is very good in the RU tier. I tested with it. Currently, it is in suspect test mode, so it's tough to tell currently because they're trying to see if Zygarde 10% should be in the tier or not. But even that, it's still a really good mod. I actually just played a game before recording, and Accelgor just came in on weakened foes and just took a soul, claimed a soul, like just gone. Again, it's a Pokemon that does work, but it has to meet the right conditions. Think of it like a Mega Alakazam, right? Where it's like, if you have the perfect team set up for it, if you have a defensive enough team for it, it can work. If you have, hell, even an offensive team, more like hyper offense, but with hazard removal, it can put in work. You just need to weaken things for it so it can actually do the job right. Also, I want to mention, just like in the NU video, I haven't mentioned Life Orb. Why not? I don't like Life Orb on it. Again, with Stealth Rocks, plus Spikes, plus whatever Rocky Helmet users you will find, I don't think it's necessarily the greatest set on it. Especially with no way to get your HP back outside of Giga Drain, which I don't personally think is the best move. For it, I don't like Life Orb. I really don't. It just, for me, I think that Specs or Sash are the ways you should be using it in RU. But that's basically it. It's a really good mon. It can be very limited in the team matchup. If you see a lot of steals, you see a lot of fairies, it will be limited. Let it try and do its job to the best of its abilities. Again, it's great offensively, needs the support though. So that's going to be it for me today, guys. Leave a like down below if you did enjoy this as well. You can always comment and give me some sets that you enjoy. I will personally be testing them. And if I find that, you know, I want to add it, I will make a second video for this very Pokemon. So, that's it for me, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Do hope you enjoy once again. Peace out.